When money issues happen, it's tough to make big changes. I know, I get it. But thankfully over time I learned that if you're willing to try out some simple money-saving tips, then the process isn't too hard. Living a frugal lifestyle does not mean you have to give up everything. You can still choose what things are important to you and scale back on other things. You can find all useful links in the description box below. So without further ado, let's dive into the 55 frugal living tips that will help you save thousands. 1. Bypass best before dates. Use-by dates are really about food safety and not quality. The best before dates are just a recommendation of when the food tastes the best. There are so many ways to save money with approved food. They legally sell safe food that's on its way out but still has a lot of longevity left in it. This is one of the best ideas. We found out we could slash 55 pounds off one shop because the prices are so competitive. 2. Join secret sales websites. To take advantage of these limited-time flash sales, you'll need to sign up and be notified. They have huge savings on clothing, holidays, and other things and offer a lot of variety. There's been a lot of talk about secret sales sites, but for the most part the only way to find out about them is through word of mouth. Giant retailers also have their own versions of these sites to help clear their surplus stock. A prime example is Amazon's Today Deals. 3. Use mini budgets to stay on track. Consistency is an important thing for budgets. When your budget might not really be working and you can't get back on track, set a mini budget to help. A mini budget is a less intense version of your main one that can be put into effect when things feel too tight to allow for better changes in the future. It is a budget which is created before payday so that you will know where to spend money wisely. Basically, it is created by looking at your bank balance and estimating how much you have until there are no funds left in your account. 4. Spend less on gas. Gas Buddy is a website, an app that shows you where the cheapest gas is in your area, as well as how much it will cost to fill up. It's a great tool if you know you're going to be traveling and want an idea of where to stop. 5. Say so long to cable. It's time to make the switch from cable. If you've been holding onto it for too long, then you may as well be wasting $100 a month. There are services like Netflix, Hulu, and Sling that provide channels and programming in a different way at a lower cost. I mean, whoever regrets watching less TV? It's a great way to get more done and keep your mind healthy. Just think about how much you could accomplish if you cut out half of your TV watching habits. 6. Pack your own lunch. Start cooking a bit extra at every supper so you have leftovers for the next day. Actually, set the leftovers aside before you do anything with dinner. This way you know for sure that there'll be enough leftover food to make lunch without it. If you're a creature of habit like me, then make all your lunches on Sunday. I've found that if I pack as many lunches as possible in advance, I'm setting myself up for success because it's less likely to impulse buy lunch. 7. Get a reusable water bottle. Buying bottles of water can be expensive, especially if you drink a lot of water. By investing in reusable bottles, you'll save money and will also cut back on all the packaging waste. With tons of amazing styles to choose from, it's easy to find just the one you're looking for on Amazon. 8. Stop window shopping. I'm going to be completely honest and say that I get $50 worth of stuff at Target every time I go in just to look around. If you're a shopper and you have no intention of resisting your buy everything impulses, then do yourself a favor and just shop somewhere else. You can't just come in and see what they have or promise not to buy anything. It doesn't work that way. Instead, find a pretty park or go for a walk around your neighborhood. Call a friend or listen to a favorite podcast on your walk. 9. Let items sit in your shopping cart. Shopping online. Put items that you're considering in your shopping cart for at least 3 days. This will reduce the number of impulse purchases. If it's an emotional purchase, then there's a good chance that you'll stop thinking about it or desiring the product within 3 days as well. 10. Only buy what you need. The world is full of so many options that it can be hard to know what you really need and what you just want. Make sure you've asked yourself the tough questions before buying anything. Ask yourself these questions to find out if buying something is worth it or not. Do you already have something similar? Can you live without it and save money? If your intentions are to buy as a gift, ask for it as a birthday or holiday present. If you answer yes to any of those questions, then you probably don't need the item. 11. Skip the cart. If you're in a store where you might overspend, forget the cart. If you're carrying around too many items, then you won't want to buy any more of them. 12. Cancel the gym and work out at home. If you're not going consistently, then it's not worth the monthly subscription. Instead, work out at home or at a public gym. 13. Head to the library. The library is a lot more than just a place to get books. You can also find DVDs, CDs, and audiobooks. On weekends or during summer break, you can bring your kids in and you each pick out 1 or 2 movies to watch. Have movie night together with popcorn and candy afterward. Most libraries also allow you to check out ebooks or audiobooks online. 14. Try the 1P Savings Challenge. If you want to get started but aren't quite sure how much you can put away, we recommend our 1p Savings Challenge. The premise is simple. On day 1, you save 1p. On day 2, you save 2p. On day 3, 3p, and so on. After 365 days have passed, you'll have saved over £650. 15. Ditch the manicures and pedicures. About 4 to 5 times a year people splurge and go to a nail salon for a pedicure and cough up about £38 including tip. Can you imagine doing this every month? It can get pretty pricey. Instead, do your nails at home to save serious money each month. 16. Stay out of the stores. Try to only shop once a week for groceries. You can't buy things spontaneously if you're not in the grocery store. 17. Use the skimming trick. Whenever you get some extra cash, like a maintenance loan or birthday gifts, for example, take 10% of it and put it in a savings account. If you can afford £20 a month, by the end of that year you'll have collected £240. And if you put it in a savings account with a higher interest, who knows how much more that'll be. 18. Shop baby and world food aisles to save up to 75%. Foreign food items are often 75% cheaper on supermarket shelves in the UK, while still maintaining their quality. They offer lentils, rice, beans, and more. The same applies to the baby aisle for items like moisturizing lotion. 19. Check Amazon's secret warehouse deals. With Amazon Warehouse, a variety of discounted products will be available, but they're typically items that were returned by customers. That being said, it's still possible to find some great deals and even occasional rare finds. 20. Stop smoking or doing drugs. If you're a smoker, you're burning through an average of $2,000 a year or more to feed your habit. One of the best ways to quit smoking is to use a quitting kit such as patches, gum, sprays, and medication. These are available for much less on the NHS. Taking up e-cigarettes might not be such a bad choice. You can still get the same physical sensation of smoking minus the lung cancer while reducing your risk of an early death. 21. Don't pay for software. No need to panic, we're not talking about the illegal kind of downloading here. These are tips on how to save money legally. We've all heard of free alternatives to paid software like WordPress or Photoshop that give you the same quality or even surpass them. You can sometimes find a tool that is as good as a paid one but for free. The only downside is that they take more time to try out before choosing a single option. LibreOffice does everything Microsoft Office can. GIMP is actually a photo shoot editing software, but might be deceptively similar to Photoshop. Google Drive and Dropbox offer free cloud storage. 22. Claim loyalty points when you shop. If you have the time, get a reward card and stockpile points to get money off your purchase and other benefits. With Tesco Club Card, Nectar Card, or Boots Advantage, you should be able to earn enough points on most shopping trips. 23. Furnish your home for free. Renting a furnished place is usually better in the long run because it's generally easier to deal with. You don't have to hassle with lugging furniture and appliances around. But if you have to, or you want to make additions, you should use FreeCycling. You can find pretty much anything on Gumtree. They've recently launched a freebies section with plenty of offers. There's also FreeCycle and Preloved, which are great for getting good stuff really cheap. And if you're looking to buy something well below the retail price, eBay is always worth exploring. 24. Only take cash on nights out. Paying with cash as opposed to debit or credit is one of the easiest ways to spend less at a bar and have more money in your bank account. Even the most cash-conscious person is a little more free with their debit card once they've had a few drinks. You aren't going to spend any more than you can afford if you take cash only out on the town. 25. Sign up for free trials. Before you commit to a service or product, why not demo it first? The technology may be great and the features may suit your needs, but only you know if it's worth the price. If you play your cards right, you'll find that many of the streaming services out there offer free trials with no commitment. Just cancel before your trial is over and move on to a new service for a fresh start. 26. Round up your spending. Your bank may have a Save the Change scheme which can give you a boost to your savings account. It's as simple as using your debit card to make purchases, and your bank rounds up the amount to the nearest pound and saves it for you. 27. Don't shop when you're hungry. Shopping when you are hungry might seem like a good idea, but it's guaranteed to break the bank. You'll see things that you're not really interested in but still buy them just because of your hormones. If you're feeling hungry, then you might buy some food, thinking that it will last for a couple days. But in reality, it may go off before then and end up being wasted. 28. Put a brick in your toilet. No, we don't mean it like that. We mean an actual brick. Toilets use a lot of water each flush. To be fair, the amount they use is probably more than what's required either as a safety measure in case there are any problematic customers or for some other unknown reason. But if you open the cistern, which you can find at the back of the toilet, and put a brick down to reduce amount of water used to empty it, this will help you save money. 29. Always buy own brand medicines. Nurofen might seem prettier than Tesco's own medicines, but they have the same effect. This applies to any medicine, not just painkillers. As long as the active ingredient and dosage of the drug are exactly the same, it'll have the same effects regardless of price. Sometimes, drugs contain exactly the same ingredients but have a different name. It might be cheaper to buy a generic version of your medication. 30. Don't pay to withdraw your cash. It's tempting to just suck up the cost of using ATM machines that charge you, but you're paying an extra 25% on top of your withdrawal. That's a £2.50 charge for a £10 withdrawal. It's not worth getting charged by a machine unless you have a real emergency. You could easily walk to a free machine and save some cash instead. 31. Don't drive with a tank that's empty or full. This might sound odd, but it has a grain of truth to it. When you fill your tank all the way up, your car will be heavier and the engine has to work a little harder and use more gas to get you where you're going. On the one hand, you don't want to drive your car with an empty tank because it could get really damaged. But driving with a full tank can be wasteful, so try to keep the fuel gauge in the middle. 32. Open your windows at low speed and use the AC at high speed. We're all guilty of this, and we know it's wrong. But sometimes, it actually makes sense to open the windows instead of wasting money on running your AC. Turning AC down or off can save on petrol, but it's important not to drive at high speeds. That's because when you have the windows open, your car uses more petrol and you make it work harder. 33. Use less electricity. It's tough to pay your electricity bills with the costs of electricity going up recently. But you can always do some things to use a bit less power. Some quick changes you could make that would save energy and money: use energy-saving bulbs, turn off the lights when you leave a room, and get dressed properly before turning on the heating. Some other simple things to do: turn off gadgets when not in use, unplug them from the socket so they're not still sucking electricity. 34. Cook and eat more stews. Stews are a tasty, nutritious, and cheap meal. Take cheaper cuts of meat, add carrots and celery to bulk it up, and use bulgur to thicken if needed. They also freeze well so you can batch cook them. 35. Use up your leftovers. Leftovers are awesome for building up your kitchen arsenal. They're also a great way to save money on food. If you've got some of this and some of that, you can whip up something delicious like fried rice, soup, or a stir-fry. 36. Double batch your cooking. Living frugally 101, either use a crockpot to cook up loads of food, or make enough to last 2 full family meals. Cooking costs money, so make it count. 37. Fill up the dishwasher. Many people only fill the dishwasher halfway and then run it, which saves them time but actually uses more water and detergent. This is because they will use the same amount of both regardless of if they fill the dishwasher or not, so it's better to wait. 38. Don't leave the water running. There are a few ways to be more conservative with water, and one that I find useful is turning the faucet off once you've started washing your hands. That way, the faucet won't continue to run and you don't waste all that water. 39. Bathe only when necessary. You don't need to shower every day unless you're really dirty or sweaty. Spreading out a single quick shower over a few days won't damage your skin and reset its natural oil production, so that's a plus. 40. Use a bidet. There are a number of reasons why bidets are preferable to toilet paper. Not only do they save you money, but they also can help keep you clean. They're easy to use, just aim over the water and they'll do the rest. And because they consume less water than toilets. 41. Wash your clothes in cold water. Washing your clothes in cold water can make them last longer. Unlike hot washes, cold water doesn't shrink the clothing, and it also preserves the dyes. 42. Hang your clothes to dry on a clothesline. Line drying can be a great way to save money because it doesn't cost a lot in the long run. Line drying also won't use electricity and will reduce the need for dryer sheets. When the weather is good, we hang our clothes on the clothesline in the backyard. Inside, when it rains pretty hard, we use an over-the-door drying rack to dry them. 43. Wear clothing more than once before washing. Although it might be tempting to wash your clothes after each wear, you're better off waiting a few days in between washes. This will save water and help your clothes last longer. Of course, that doesn't mean you should never wash your clothes. If something gets soiled or stinks, it's time to break out the detergent and scrub. 44. Wash full loads of laundry. Wash your clothes sparingly to save water, energy, and some money. Doing a few large loads of laundry instead of many small ones will save you a lot of time as well. You can save on your energy bills and the running costs for your appliances by waiting to do laundry. The longer you wait, the less often you need to run their washing machine or dryer and use a lot less water. It's a no-brainer. 45. Use a thermostat. Another good way to save money on utilities is to lower your thermostat temperature. The thermostat found in most homes claims that you'll save an average of 10 to 12% on heating bills and 15% on air conditioning bills when you do so. 46. Buy used where possible. Almost anything you need has been needed before by someone. Before you buy a new thing, ask if somebody will lend it to you. If you can't, check out online forums and websites where people buy and sell used items. Buying used is better for the environment. It often means buying high-quality items at lower costs than when they're new, not to mention being more eco-friendly. 47. Close off rooms you don't use. If there are rooms in your house that you don't use, just close the door and turn off the heat or AC. That way, you can still save energy without sacrificing your comfort. 48. Sell your stuff. Most of us have closets with stuff that we never touch or use. It's complicated and time-consuming to get rid of your old stuff, but selling the items around your home that you don't ever use could save you a lot of money. Having a yard sale is a great way to get rid of clutter and make some extra cash. 49. Open windows in the morning. The moment you open your windows in the morning, fresh air is allowed to circulate through your home. Purging stale air can help prevent health problems and make your home feel more comfortable. It also helps you save on energy bills because it regulates the temperature. 50. Use a space heater. Space heaters are these small, portable devices that you can plug into a power outlet. They're great because they only cover the room they're plugged into and not the whole house. This is more efficient than central heating and will save you money on your electricity bills. 51. Reduce, reuse, recycle. Here's a great idea from the Earth Day campaign. Avoid throwing away your empties. You can wash and clean them for reuse at home. And if you want to get creative, you can also use them as storage containers for paintbrushes. 52. Keep any condiments from fast food places. Often, fast food places will give you more than you need. Instead of throwing them out, maybe reuse them at home. You'll save a little bit of money and be less wasteful. 53. Start a garden. Gardening is something most people like to do and the benefits are huge. Not only are you improving your health, but you'll also grow your own produce. Most people can start a garden and would enjoy starting one in their backyard. 54. Say no to fix leaky faucets. Not only are leaky faucets annoying, but they can cost you big. In the average house it can cost around $20 a month, depending on which ferrule or how bad the leak is. It's no problem though, because they're easy to fix and take care of. 55. Be mindful. It can be easy to get stains on your clothes, but always make sure you're extra mindful about spills. If you're cooking in the kitchen, for example, wear an apron so that your clothes don't get ruined. Spending less is a gradual process and you need some time to change your habits. Focusing on the long-term and not just the short-term benefits of becoming frugal can help you stick with it. What are your top frugal living tips? Do you have any other tips that have worked for you? Let us know in the comments section below.